Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren and today I'm looking at a video by Disturban History. This one is the Ramree Island Crocodile Massacre. From what I understand in the comment that suggested it, this is about a time in World War II and the crocodiles were killing a bunch of Japanese soldiers while the English were camped just around the corner. I think it's something about that. This is a shorter video, which is totally fine. I'm kind of horrified to check this out and also definitely fascinated. So I hope you're ready to come along on this journey with me. Before I get too into it, though, I just want to remind everybody we do have memberships available that will have some extra content on it, early reactions, and also we have shot glasses. You know, it's that time of year, holiday season. We got some shot glasses coming up. So we got the Americans Learns one. We have one for the main channel, Chicago Reacts. We have one for the anime channel. And we have one most especially for me. Look at that. So we have some fun things. That's linked in the store below. And now let us begin. Let's find out just how horrible these crocs were. Let's go.
This shorter video is about an event during World War II that I have long found both interesting and disturbing.
I like this guy's voice. He's got a very cool voice. Like the pitch of it, the accent. I'm a fan.
During the Allied retaking of Ramree Island by the British and Indian forces, retreating Japanese soldiers were beset by giant saltwater crocodiles.
Saltwater crocodiles?
Imperial Japanese soldiers waded through.
No. Oh my god, look how big that thing is. It's so tall. Oh, that's a chunky boy.
Through the mangroves, many were killed or succumbed to the fauna and flora of the swamps. And a great many were killed by crocodiles, drawn to the wounded and dying. It is perhaps helpful to start with a background to the Burma campaign. Burma, modern-day Myanmar, was invaded by the Imperial Japanese forces in January of 1942. For the British, Burma was a lower priority front when compared to the Middle East and Germany. Whilst some operations were launched in Burma, the British were driven back to India, which was vital to the war front. It was not until late 1943 that the tides turned for the Allies. Air superiority, better military leadership, and the failed Japanese invasion of India in 1944 gave the Allies the opportunity to recapture Burma. Ramree Island was selected as a potential site for an airbase to continue the offensives into Burma. Thousands of Japanese soldiers defended Ramree Island, resulting in a significant force of Royal Marines and Indian soldiers being dispatched. On the 26th of January, Royal Marines landed on Crocodile Island, which is just off the southwest coast of Ramree Island, and they...
Sorry, I know this has nothing to do with what we're learning right now, but these hats have always kind of made me laugh a little bit. They do look like they look like a slightest breeze is just gonna knock them off. Like, older helmets that actually went over your head, I guess would maybe mess with your periphery more, but like it feels like they'd stay on your head. I don't know. I know nothing about the actual efficacy of these helmets, but they do always kind of like, oh, it looks like, you know, you could just kind of flick it and it would go spinning away into nothing. Okay, back to the show. Sorry.
They used it as the staging ground for the assault. On Ramree, the Japanese soldiers' garrison held firm. It wasn't until the 1st of February that the reinforcements from the 36th and 71st Indian Infantry Brigades arrived. Attempts to outflank a key Japanese stronghold were successful, leaving the 1,000 Japanese defenders in a difficult position. Rather than face capture or a futile fight, the garrison decided to retreat and regroup with another battalion on Ramree Island. But there was an issue. The only route to take would be through a 10-mile trek through a mangrove swamp. Rather than pursue the Japanese through the swamps, Allied forces remained on their boats and kept as close a watch as possible. They were not willing to risk the dangerous terrain, brave the mosquitoes, nor the larger beasts that dwelled in the mangroves. According to Bruce Wright, an early proponent of the use of frogmen divers in warfare, the Japanese soldiers suffered greatly at night. He is quoted as saying, "That night of the 19th of February 1945 was the most horrible that any member of the motor launch crews ever experienced. The sky."
Oh my god. Is that like a more modern picture? Is that one from that? Because, like, oh my god. Ah! You know, like, you see photos like this, and you're like, you know what? No wonder, like, so many stories of like, monsters in the swamps appear. Like, look at the, like, think Will-o'-the-Wisps, right? Like, you follow the Will-o'-the-Wisp to your doom, essentially. But, like, look at these little burning, they look like little burning lights. Oof. Oof.
Scattered rifle shots in a pitch-black swamp, punctured by the screams of wounded men crushed in the jaws of huge reptiles, and the blurred worrying sounds of spinning crocodiles that made a cacophony of hell that has rarely been duplicated on Earth. At dawn, vultures had arrived to clean up what the crocodiles had left. Of about 1,000 Japanese soldiers that entered the swamps, only about 20 were found alive.
What? Oh my god. Holy crap. Imagine, oh my god. Almost 1,000 people killed in a single night by crocodiles. That's a lot of crocodiles. I would never go into a mangrove ever. Except for I would if I had a boat. But, like, oh my god. And those crocodiles are probably not, like, you know, I know the Florida Everglades do, like, boat tours and stuff of the mangroves and the Everglades and stuff. These guys are, like, not that used to humans, right? So they're just seeing it and they're like, it's a meal. Nom, 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 nom.
It's important to point out that the saltwater crocodiles that occupied the swamps are the largest reptiles in the world.
Oh my god. I mean, we saw that other photo. Oh my god. Look. Is that just muscle and blubber? Or is that, like, gas? Like, oh my god.
It was not uncommon for adult males to be 17 feet long and weigh over 1,000 pounds. In the mangrove swamps, their speed and power are unmatched. The bite of a saltwater crocodile has been confirmed to have the largest force ever recorded for an animal in a laboratory setting, being a staggering 3,690 pounds of force. It's fair to say that facing such an animal would be a daunting prospect. It was not just Wright who stated that such crocodiles preyed upon the Japanese soldiers. The 20 Japanese soldiers who made it out alive were captured. They recounted to their British captors the attacks carried out by the crocodiles.
I mean, like, at that point, yeah, so I would be like, hi, just come and get us, please. We'll go with you. We'll go quiet. Like, no, not doing this again. Not risking this ever again. Oh my god. It's like, I'd rather be a prisoner of war, I suppose. Like, I don't know. I mean, oh my god. Just imagine you survive that. You are going to be forever changed. Like, all you can hear all night is the screams of your companions and, like, the growls and the swishing of, and, like, silent, almost silent, but also very loud. Because you would not know when they're coming at you, right? You'd hear the water moving, but, like, you couldn't see them until, like, their eyes glow up at you. That, nightmares forever.
though they were unable to state just how many were killed. Whilst this event has been described as the worst case of animal attacks on humans, there are many who doubt the veracity of the claim that hundreds died to the crocodiles alone. Japanese soldiers, many already injured, would have died from dehydration or exhaustion. The smaller creatures, such as mosquitoes, spiders, and venomous snakes, would have posed as great a threat. It is almost a certainty that the more outlandish claims of hundreds or thousands of crocodiles descending on the Japanese are exaggerations. It is more likely that some Japanese soldiers fell prey to the crocodiles, drawn to the blooded soldiers traipsing through the swamps, but not all of the dead can be attributed to the crocodiles. There is something about the tale of Ramree Island that sparks great interest. Perhaps it is the tale of man versus nature, or the determination of the Japanese soldiers to face such horrors rather than surrender. Perhaps the allure is that the story feels fictitious but is also entirely plausible, whilst being beyond comprehension and utterly terrifying.
Oof. Big oof. Anyway, like even if they didn't, it's not, you know, entirely true that seems to be true that 1,000 men went in and 20 came out, right? Some of them might have just decided to stay and like risk it, you know, like it's daytime now, I'm going to make it through this swamp. But like, oh my god, that's awful. Like you'd still be messed up forever from that. I am shook. I am shooketh to the core. And it's like, and it's one of those things too, where he's like, they'd rather risk this than capture or surrender. It's like, I don't know if like but they had no way of knowing. Like, how would they know that it was going to be that bad? Like, they probably had a better idea. Would they have even had a better idea? There was off the Burma. Like, there's no reason for the Japanese soldiers to have been super aware of just how bad Ramree Island would have been, right? So it's more like they're gonna hide and they're like, oh, there's this wooded area, I'm going in, you know, there's no way it's gonna be that bad. And then it was so much worse than they could have ever imagined. Yeesh. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this Disturbing History channel, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And you know, don't forget, check out our store, check out our other channels, and I will see you all in the next video.